Hello everyone! I know what you must be thinking. Cassie, isn't it a little early to be dressing up like Rudolph? Well, oh, if only this were a costume. Nope, this is just my nose, aka this is just a zit. My nose is an actual zit. At least at the moment. So anyways, let's try out a new product on it. Yeah, that'll make it feel better. That's the hope and the dream anyways, and I'm gonna do so with ColourPop. So you all seem to want me to test out this Tinted Moisturizer, this pretty fresh Hyaluronic Acid HA Tinted Moisturizer. It says it's ideal for all skin types. Ha! I have yet to find that actually be the case with the product. Usually when it says that, it excludes oily skin. Other skin types maybe too, but certainly it excludes oily skin. Because if you ask me, if something's gonna be good for dry skin, chances are it can't be good for oily skin too, right? Like I said, that's what I've found out of all of my years of testing products. But as I said, we have got the ColourPop Hyaluronic Tinted Moisturizer. Pretty fresh, it's $14. You do get 1.45 fluid ounces of product though, so more than the typical ounce. It looks like there are 24 different shades available. I don't know, I mean from the shade selection online here, it looks like they've got a light, a medium, and a dark row. Does that look right? But they say that this is a hydrating, oil-free, that's good usually, tinted moisturizer with lightweight coverage that evens skin tone and leaves your skin looking fresh and healthy. I could use some help in that department. It's formulated with hyaluronic acid and coconut water to support skin hydration without adding oil. This tinted moisturizer works for all skin types and makeup styles. Just customize your routine to create your own look. The finish is natural, and to apply, they do say to use the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Priming Hydrating Primer for extra hydration. Hey. But it does also work well over any other primer, sunscreen, or moisturizer. And to apply, they suggest their sponge. Don't have it, but hey, I've got this sponge. And then a flat kabuki face brush. I've got one of those. For medium coverage. For matte look, set it with powder. For dewy, use a setting mist that's dewy. Makes sense. But as I previewed, I also have this ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Primer. This is 1.00 fluid ounce of product and it is $12. They say that this is going to be lightweight and hydrating. Prep your skin for a silky smooth canvas before applying your makeup. It's infused with hyaluronic acid and coconut water to support skin hydration. Blah blah, basically the same things they said about the foundation, or tinted moisturizer, excuse me. And then they just say to put this over clean, hydrated skin, so great. Ah, this pleases me. See that? Silicone free. My skin thanks you. My zits don't. My zits say, no, give it to us. We want to grow and conquer the face. We may just be a nose now, but we could be a face if you let us. I'm trying my best not to. So, anywho, let's get started. I know normally I do my first testing of facial products without any primer, but since this one has like its counterpart primer, what I'm going to do is use this on half of my face and then do no primer on the other half of my face, and then we can test with other primers over the next couple of days. But I love the color of it. Not that that really matters, but it's a nice like orangey peach. I'm just gonna shake it because I don't know, habit. I guess we'll zoom you in just in case you didn't believe me about the state of my skin right now. No, it was really hard to see from far away, but okay. Ooh, there we go. I can't tell, I just washed my sponge, so like, can't tell if that's the soap smell on my hand. As far as I can tell, it just smells kind of light and fresh. Yeah. Oh, nope, that definitely has like a public bathroom soap kind of a smell. It's not the worst thing. It's also got a slight bit of a coconut smell to it, so that I like, but I do know some people break out because of coconut products. I don't know that I do. Oh zits. Maybe your quest of conquering my whole face will come true one day. And by one day I mean during this weekly wear. We'll find out. But yeah, that just felt really hydrating, really nice and soft and smooth on the skin. I do like the smell. It reminds me of elementary school. The hint of class because of the coconut. So for this tinted moisturizer, I got the shade Fair 4N. I really want to use concealer today, but I'm not going to, even though I have other videos to film. I want to see how this does coverage-wise. I do like the packaging. Again, I like the color of it. Not that, I mean, I suppose this is the color of the foundation, but you know, the topper part matches the primer. It's that nice orangey peach color. I like squeezy tubes like this for foundation. I don't know why. I guess I like it because then I store it this way in my container, and then, you know, when you tilt it, it kind of mixes it. Okay, so we're gonna put this on the hand that didn't have primer on it. A little bit runny, but it's still got a decent weight to it. I don't think it smells like anything. Let's see. Brush first since I want coverage. Let's see. Dang, it actually is evening out quite a bit of the redness. It's obviously not a full coverage thing. It is just a tinted moisturizer. But it did say that you could get medium coverage with a flat top kabuki, and this looks like it's certainly on the road to doing that, right? I mean, it took away a lot of the redness. Now let's see how it does on the primed side, and the side with admittedly a lot heavier blemishes on it, or darker blemishes, whatever you're gonna want to call it. My whole face hurts, so whether they're heavier or not, I don't know, but wow. That did a pretty decent job of just taking away the redness on there. I mean, obviously you can still see the scab, but I am pleased. It looks dewier on the side with the primer, which I guess makes sense since it was a hydrating primer, but it also seems to be like sitting on top of the skin a little bit more, the tinted moisturizer, which to me is not ideal. Hello, pump. You have been working just fine. What's wrong? Hello? Hello? There we go. It just needed a little talking too. So let's see if I can build this up. Alrighty, so there we go. I do think it got to medium coverage with that layer. You can certainly still see blemishes through the tinted moisturizer, excuse me, but it didn't promise to give full coverage, so we really can't expect that of it. It looks very, very dewy right now, which I am going to set with a powder. I always do. I used to show it on camera, but then people said my videos were too long and it was just too extra and they don't need to see that, so I stopped doing it, but people have been asking me about it lately. I always have the other products that I put on my face down in the description below in case you're interested if I had done something else, but either way, here it is right now. So yeah, there you go, my friends. I think that's gonna do it for now. I am gonna put on the rest of my makeup, get on with my day, all of that. As per usual, I will be checking in with you all periodically so we can see how these products are doing, and then I will see you all at the very end of the night for my final check-in. So I'll see y'all in just a second here. Ready? Ding! Hey, it's been like 5 minutes. But I've been putting on the rest of my makeup, and I will say, this side with the primer, it's been making my makeup go on a bit skippy, like my blush. Tarte blushes are phenomenal. So when I see the Tarte blush kind of like gum up in the middle when I first put my brush on my face and have trouble blending out, that's not good. And it just kind of feels like I've got a mask on this side of my face, like a face mask. Like I should be washing this off in 10 to 15 minutes. I don't know that you can see that the blush went on patchily. I just think my makeup looks worse on this side of my face than it does on this side of my face. So not so pleased with the primer side right now. And I thought that would be something you all might want to know. Now, for an actual long-term time skip. Ready? Ding! All right, my friends, I'm actually checking in at the very end of the night here for a couple of reasons. I didn't check in earlier because I haven't needed to. And third, I'm starting to tank. I'm probably going to be up for at least a few more hours in pain. I am so sorry to those of you who this is annoying. By the time you're seeing this video, I will be gallbladder free. This organ will not exist in my body anymore. Thank the heavens. So I need to go deal with this by doing some pain meditation. And I would like to do that without makeup on. So I'm ready to take my makeup off, but before that, obviously I need to show you guys. I actually got a lot done today, just in terms of like work and stuff around the apartment here. And you know, there were times where I felt a little bit sweaty and stuff, but I feel like this looks good. It's been on for about 8.5 hours now, and all things considered, you know, no blotting and half my face no primer. I think it looks all right. It looks like it's cracking a little bit in the middle of my forehead where my brow furrows, but my zits stayed just as concealed as they were initially. I can still see my blush and stuff on my cheeks. So overall, I'm pretty freaking pumped. And even more so because timing was apparently perfect that I filmed this, because ColourPop, it's so, I never know what they are and aren't gonna send me for PR. Like, they didn't send me the foundation or anything, but today they sent me the full collection of the concealers that I don't think have been released yet. I didn't know about them, but it's the concealers in this hyaluronic acid series. So I'm gonna be able to test out the concealer with you guys tomorrow using a different primer and just all that good stuff. So I'm excited to do so. I'm gonna take my makeup off. I'm gonna try and think and meditate the pain away, and I will see you all hopefully pain-free in just a second here. Ready? Ding! All right, I know, a little different me being in this setting for this final check-in, but stuff has happened. I did end up testing these products. We will talk about them as per usual. However, last night, which was when I was doing my final day of testing these products, I had an almost emergency room time with my gallbladder. So sorry, I know you guys are sick of hearing about it, but that is why this ending is coming a different day. That being said, I still checked in with you all so you could see how stuff looked at the end of the night after, or once my attack was kind of starting. I was like, I need to preemptively show the people what my face looks like, and then I can go suffer in peace, if that's even possible. Anyways, so you saw day one of this ColourPop Tinted Moisturizer. Then I do need to pass this off to Cassie of the past so that she can tell you about the concealer. So over to you. Hello, people of the past, present, future, all of the above. Welcome to the day that I'm gonna test out the concealer. Woo! The heck was that destruction? So obviously I'm not trying all of the shades out. I think people with olivey undertones are gonna be pretty happy with this concealer shade range. A lot of these concealers have a very green look to them, but they do go pretty dang fair. That's the lightest shade. And then the deepest shade doesn't look super deep to me. It looks, I don't even know that, like a medium dark. In any case, let's try light 40N. See how it does on my skin. Although, first things first, I still have to put on a primer. So, let's see how this does. The cap matches the rest of the products. It's a little bit lighter, but that same kind of peachy orange shade. It smells like concealer. Now, let's go and see if we can turn Rudolph into one of the other reindeer. Donner, Blitzen. I do think I picked the perfect color. I'm kind of proud of myself. Hello. Yes, the chins of bewilderment are back, they're out to play, and I am not complaining. My God, that concealer, please last on me, please, because so far, oh, Mama Cass is so happy. I mean, look at the coverage I got on that scab. It'll look a lot better once I blend foundation over it, but covered up dark circles, got a few of these blemishes, at least the ones that I tried to cover. Just overall, dang, it's a bit thicker of a concealer. Again, I'm not complaining, but that being said, it feels really lightweight and it covers like nobody's business. That is a beautiful thing. Whew, I'm really excited. Thanks and gratitude to you, Cassie of the past. So there you have it, my friends. I went ahead and I checked in around the 4.5 hour mark and went ahead and blotted, even though I wasn't looking or feeling too oily. I just figured I wouldn't really have a chance to check in later, so I figured I may as well just check in with you all. So I did blot, and it was just a little bit of blotting that needed to be done. It really wasn't too oily, just the one blotting sheet. And then I went ahead and checked in at the 9.5 hour mark at the end of the night, where I was only feeling slightly oily, but the foundation or tinted moisturizer was transferring off onto my finger a little teeny bit. But that being said, overall, I thought the tinted moisturizer and the concealer looked very fresh overall, and the concealer was still at full power. I mean, those blemishes that are on my nose that are on the road to healing, oh my gosh, you guys, like, for that concealer to have stuck around that well, big props. So I was excited to use this stuff again on day 3, so I went ahead and I did so. Again, huge props to the concealer. That stuff is incredibly powerful, especially covering up the blemishes that I've got at the moment. And the Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer went on nice and smooth on top of that, can still be layered, looks very nice and fresh, but once you powder it, it certainly can be a matte look if you would like, if you have oily skin like I do. And then I went about my day, you know, I was busy, I was getting stuff done, and I didn't feel a need to blot. The 4 hour mark rolled around and I was like, I don't really feel like blotting. I'm gonna wait until the 5 hour mark. The 5 hour mark rolled around, I was like, I'm really still not oily. Waited until the 6 hour mark, like, and this kept happening, and I just kept not being oily. So that was great. And then I checked in, as I said, around 8.5 hours in, where you could see that I was starting to look a little shiny, sure, but considering how long I had had it on, I really don't think it was that horrific or anything. Certainly, if I were to keep wearing it, even for a couple hours, I could have just done a really quick blot and I would have been fine. But there you go. I also am wearing it today, the concealer and the tinted moisturizer, and I went ahead and I tested out the sponge as well, because they did send me one of these, and the sponge is teeny tiny. It does say that it's a precision sponge, but you can see in this photo here the difference in size between this and a Real Technique sponge, and this one is pretty teeny tiny. So I do prefer a Real Technique sponge just because I like a bigger flat surface area of my sponge, but it's nice and soft and bouncy. It did a great job at applying the tinted moisturizer, blending it out. I am so in love with you guys. Here we're getting into the pros and the cons. To begin with the pros, the tinted moisturizer is very blendable and buildable, so you can get your desired coverage. It's not going to get up to full coverage or anything, but the coverage that they say, the medium coverage, I do think it does provide. It is also super lightweight and breathable. You know, throughout the day, even if I got oily, it still felt really lightweight and secure on my skin. It's also got a nice natural look to it. I don't think it looks like a heavy foundation or anything, especially if you wear a nice sheer layer or if you don't have super blemished skin, so you're not building it up or whatnot. And it is versatile in the sense that when you first put it on, it is super dewy, but with a matte setting powder like I use, I think you can get it to be whatever finish you want, which is great. It's also super long lasting with a graceful fade on it. I think it wears beautifully throughout the day, through sweat, through oil, all of that. I did not have problems, and overall it might have oil control to it. I feel like it did amazing at keeping my oils at bay, which is shocking considering this is supposed to be good for all skin types. And that's where we get into the cons. Honestly, I feel bad even putting a con down, but it has the slightest transfer with your oils. It does. But that being said, it's only transferring off onto your fingers and it's not leaving big streaks or anything across the face. So overall, you guys, this is quickly becoming like one of my very favorite foundations, period. Like, I am so excited about this. It's got the nice hydration to it for the winter time here. I'll be curious to see if it works during the summer, but right now, oh my gosh, I am thoroughly enjoying this. The concealer is also quickly becoming my favorite concealer. It's super heavy duty but natural, and it doesn't emphasize dry parts of my breakouts, of my scabs, of my wounds, whatever. It wears beautifully. Like, overall, So happy with this stuff. The only thing I didn't like was the primer and the sponge. It's not that I didn't like it, I just prefer a bigger one. But as I said, these two products, oh my gosh. This might be a little, I don't know that it would be dry on dry skin. It might be a little too thick, a little too pasty. I don't know. Dry skin, you'll have to let us know in the comments down below if you've tried out this concealer, but I would say this is something that anyone could try because like I said, it is so versatile in that it can be dewy, it can be matte, that sort of a thing. And the concealer, I guess it's also kind of a shame that the color range looks a little off, but hey, if you have an olive undertone, I think you're gonna be real happy with the concealer shade selection. So there you have it, my friends. There was this review on these new ColourPop hyaluronic acid products. Let me know down in the comments below if you have tried any of them out. What kind of skin do you have? How did they do for you? I love hearing from you guys in the comments down below and cooking up a nice casserole of comments together. You can also let me know if there are any foundations, concealers, face products, etc. that you want me to test for a weekly wear in those comments, where you can also let me know if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful. You can also do that by giving this video a thumbs up down below. I would really appreciate it. And if you are new here, hey, hi, hello, how are you? You can go ahead and subscribe. You can tippity tap that notification bell down below. You can become a member of my casserole family here on my channel. I'd love to have you here. And as always, I just hope you guys are all doing well. Until next time, just stay well until then. Bye!